Due to the changing nature of the pandemic and due to the progress that has been made through our collective efforts, we intend to lift the national state of disaster as soon as public comment on the health regulations published by the Minister of Health have been completed. These regulations, when finalized, will replace the state of disaster regulations as the legal instrument that we use to manage the pandemic. All South Africans are invited to make comments on the draft regulations before the 16th of April 2022. What should be clear, though, is that the end of the national state of disaster will not mean the end and does not mean the end of the pandemic. It just means that we are changing the way we manage the pandemic, and we will be relying on health regulations rather than disaster management regulations. It means that we are learning to live with the virus in our presence. It means that we are returning as far as possible to the lives that we lived before the pandemic due to the relaxation of many of the restrictions. It means that we are opening our economy still further and that we are resuming many of the social and cultural activities that we have missed over the last 2 years. Since October last year, the country has been at adjusted level 1, which has meant that many normal activities have resumed with health guidelines followed at all times. Most of the restrictions on the economic activity have been lifted. We are now able to ease the restrictions even further. In deciding which restrictions to ease and which to keep in place, we are obviously guided, as before, by the advice of the Ministerial Advisory Committee on COVID-19, which, as you recall, is composed of medical people, scientists, and what have you.